So what I want to show you today is the advantages you have when using a sampler. And in this case, it's a sampler like the Digitakt. In this case, is the Digitakt 2. But what I want to show you today is also applicable to the original Digitakt 1. So it's nothing super fancy here. What you need is some kind of a recording device. It can be any audio source of your choice. It can be your iPhone, your Android phone, your, I don't know, any sound source you might have. And it's especially useful when doing field recordings beforehand. So I take either my iPhone or my handy recorder here to record some field recordings when I'm on my way through the city or through the nature, whatever it might be. Lately I was in Berlin and I recorded like 10-20 minutes of ambient noises from Checkpoint Charlie. Lots of traffic noises and cars going by and stuff like that. And you can just use a cable like this. It's called an aux cable, I think. And you can just, wait a minute, plug this into your Digitakt. Sorry for switching from Digitakt to Digitakt. I think I will stick to Digitakt. And plug it into your audio device. Now we select a part where we can sample to. In this case is trick number 13. And we go to the sampling. And what you have to do here is you have to set this monitoring to pre. Premix monitoring means any audio source which is coming in here will then get further sent to your headphones. So you can just pre-listen to it. I will now just launch the recording I have here. You start to hear it, and then if you press yes, it will start to record. As you can hear, it's kind of ambient noise, traffic noises, cars, stuff like that. That's it. So now we have our recording here. If you hit function and yes, you can pre-listen to it. We don't have to trim it now because we use all of it. We just hit yes, name it, I would call it traffic, like this. And now the Digitakt asks you where to put this. I will just put it on trick number 13. Done, okay. So now we have our recording on trick number 13, as you can hear and see. That's it. So now what we have to do is we go to the amp page, we select this AMD mode and make it really short so that we only hear a short trigger like this. Now we go to the sampler, to the waveform view, and with these both buttons here you can set the start and end point, and I will just make it very short. We can hear how it sounds. I mean very, very short. Now what is crucial to this method is you have to go in this with this knob. On the Digitakt 1 it might be another knob. I think it's on some of the 4 lower buttons here. But in the Digitakt 2 it is this one, and you have to switch it to forward repeat. Play mode forward loop, I think it's called. And if you listen closely, when you can already see it. It plays this small portion of the loop I have selected in a loop, like it repeats it. You can hear it now. And if you make it really short, it starts to become an oscillator. So you can use your Digitakt like a synthesizer. If we now go to the amp page again, make it a little bit longer, then you can hear the release. And you can now just play with it like you would do with a synthesizer, oscillator settings, play with the ADSR and stuff like that. Now, the really cool thing about this is if you imagine you have a really long portion of recorded sound sampled into your Digitakt. This can be, like in this case, traffic noise, This can be like if you have a synthesizer, what you would like to sample, but the Digitakt doesn't have this auto sample stuff. I don't know how to call it. You can play with it like this. I'll show you. We have it set to really short, and now when we go through the waveform, the sound, or the oscillator in this case, if you want it, will sound a little bit different. Now you can just record something. Let me just quickly put a bass drum here. Like this maybe. Zip, zip. Oh, it's a little bit too slow. Like this maybe. So now we have this. Go to the keyboard mode and hit record quantize in this case. Now you have a little loop running, and you can now go to the waveform view and play with the start point. Now we have to go to the M page and make the attack a little bit longer to avoid clicking. Like this maybe. And as you hear, the sound moves through the waveform and changes its tonality, or you know what I mean. It's like playing with the settings of an oscillator and waveforms and stuff. So if you now go to the LFO and select sample start point, you can go with random if you want. Adjust a little bit of slew. I think this is a feature only the Digitakt 2 has. I don't think this slew parameter is available on the Digitakt 1, but yeah, you can play with a amp attack that kind of does the same, but not in regards to the LFO. So the slew parameter is like the attack on these corners of the random LFO, so it makes it a little bit smoother. And now adjust a little bit of depth. Just take all of it and watch what the start marker will do. Randomly, according to the LFO, it goes through the waveform. If we now set the start point somewhere in the middle and go back with the depth, we can now play with a range of the play marker going back and forth, as you see. If we take a little bit less depth, then the range gets a little bit smaller. Yeah, like this. You can still play with the start point here, and the range goes back and forth like we set it in the depth parameter here. Let's go with 25 or something. Yeah, now you have some kind of randomness in your oscillator sound, I would call it. This can be more melodic content, of course. It can be any audio content. It can be your dog. Can be traffic noise, birds singing in the forest or stuff like that. It really is fun to play with, and it gives a little bit of randomness into your music and in your sound design. And you can now start to apply reverb, a little bit of delay. Or what is even better, just adjust a little bit of chorus. This, of course, only the Digitakt 2 has chorus on this. You can apply a second LFO and set it to control the delay send, like this maybe. Also go with a random source, a random LFO form here, and make it a little bit shorter, slower, and then just go all in with the depth parameter And now you can hear like sometimes the delay is being applied randomly, but not all the time. You can make it a little bit shorter. So that it not happens all the time. Yeah, like this. We could now, as I would do, do some other sound design, maybe add a hi-hat. Let me just quickly do that. More like a shaker with a long attack. Sounds a little bit smoother. Okay. What I want to do with hi-hats is always I will go to the first note in a row, go to the trick parameter page, and on the first beat I will go with 80% of what is it called here? Weiß schon. And second I will go with 90%. And like this I have kind of a movement in my hi-hats, and I will make the hi-hat in the middle go a little bit more open. Now we have a little hi-hat running. Yeah, like this. Add a clap. There you have it. You can go further with this, for sure. You can play with a filter. And this, in a way, is some kind of a mixture between melodic content and more like percussive content. So if you make any kind of techno-ish, minimal music, stuff like that, this is heavily useful for sound design and randomness. You can for sure go with another filter mode. You can just play with a comp filter, and the comp filter does even more to the sound. Like this, maybe add a little bit of overdrive. This adds a few more overtones to it. Maybe play with a bit reduction. Yeah. Maybe cut a little bit of the higher frequencies and cut a little bit of the lower frequencies, so that it not competes too much with the bass drum and the bass line, which we will add later on. Like this, maybe. You could now add like a sidechain compression to the kick drum, applying to the track number 13 here, to make it a little bit more pumpy. Where is it? No, I always forget where this is. Compressor routing. So there it is. I will just select trick number 13. So trick number 13 will now get this compressor settings applied. And if we go to the compressor, we have to set it to track number 1, which is our bass drum. If we now add the bass drum and play with the threshold, let's leave it like this. This is still dry. You have to switch over to compressed sound. You can now hear this pumping going on. Yeah, like this. So there we have a little beat running where you can build on top of. Where you can build on top of. I think it's already rolling. And if you add now other little stuff around that, which also has a little bit of generative randomness in it, you can play with this like for minutes in a live setting, or just use it for sound design, getting inspired by this. Yeah, that's what I wanted to show you today.